What's up, guys? Here we are in the newly paved, beautiful main road over by us. It's nice to walk without falling into a pothole. That's all I gotta say. Have some questions I'm gonna answer, and I have some things I want to tell you. Some potentially really good news for some of you. And I'm always happy when I can give you good news because, of course, the last year and a half around the world has been nothing but bad news. The virus is on everybody's mind. It's on everybody's talking points. It's affected all aspects of our lives. So it's nice when I can give you some good news. And I hear the wind again. I have tried a block. Put a little piece of like a wire brush, kind of brush, over the microphone. It kept falling out though, but hopefully the wind noise won't be too bad in this one. Keep in mind that if you want to donate and help what we do here, very much appreciated. And every Sunday I give you an exclusive video called Sunday Stuff with Dave. I go to different places, I sit down, I let you enjoy the background while I tell you things that are going on that might not make it into my public videos. So it's a great way to keep up on all the information and news happening around Cambodia. And if there's other subjects you want me to cover, it's very interactive. You can let me know in the comments of those videos. And it can be about almost anything you want. And if it's your first time donating, I'll also send you an email, copy of my book, and other good stuff as a way of me saying thank you. Need $120 more for our goal for the month. And we can make that happen. I believe in us. So thank you. Now let's get on with the good stuff. Cambodia, oh, this might be a little loud here. But Cambodia should be the first country in this part of the world. Hang on a second. Guys, this is going to be noisy. As you can see, they're finishing up the other side of the road over here. That wasn't intentional to leave you guys in a state of suspense. It wasn't meant to be a cliffhanger. Looks like we have to go around because the gate to the temple is closed. I like walking through the temple. But as you can see, this road is going to go all the way around the outside of the temple and finish up on the main street on the other side. But anyway, Cambodia should be the first country to reopen for tourists and visitors out of all the countries in the area, including Malaysia, Thailand, Vietnam, and all those. The reason being, they're very aggressive vaccine campaign. They expect that 80% of the population is going to have been vaccinated by August 31st. This is great news. 80% is where you want to be to achieve herd immunity. And that's going to be, if that happens, that's going to be almost a year ahead of schedule of other countries in the area who don't expect to reach that mark until at least 8 months from now. Therefore, these analysts who study such things and determine those kinds of numbers have speculated that they believe Cambodia will be the first country to reopen to fully vaccinated visitors and tourists before any other country. And this is good for two reasons. The first reason is, of course, the economy of Cambodia. If people are thinking about coming to this side, this part of the world, even any other neighboring country, that's great. But coming here first as the only option, that would be even better. They might want to come here, hang out for a few months until the country they wanted to visit reopens. While they're here, they will enjoy themselves, spend their money, help boost the economy. Nothing wrong with that. And it also helps people. Well, I know I have several viewers and subscribers that are really, really looking forward to either coming back to Cambodia, they've been here before and want to come back, or come here for the first time to either teach or retire. And so that might up your chances of it actually happening by the end of this year. If they can achieve the numbers that they're predicted to achieve, then that is completely within the realm of possibility. So it helps you, helps the country, and I don't see a downside to that. And keep in mind, there have been a lot of whole rings of people who make fake vaccination cards for people who are too scared of needles to get a jab, so they can go buy a fake one. A whole rings of them, and they're being taken down as soon as they're discovered. But to prove you are fully vaccinated to enter the country, you will need a World Health Organization certified vaccination card. I don't know what that looks like, but I'm sure the authorities do. So just be sure when you get yours, you get the right one, if you plan on coming over here. Otherwise, do what you want. But yeah, that's been my biggest question. Usually, the two biggest questions I get most often are, number one, I have X amount of dollars every month. Can I live in Cambodia on that amount and live comfortably? And the second question is always about teaching. I have a TEFL certificate, or I'm thinking about getting a TEFL certificate. Do I need anything else? Basically, they ask, how do I go about getting a teaching job? Those are very common, very easily answered. But now, of course, because the conversation for the last year and a half has been all about the virus and the pandemic, now the main question I get is, when is Cambodia going to reopen to allow people back in? That's the most common question I get. So if you're wondering why I include any progress on that matter in most of my videos, it's because whenever I hear information, I like to give it to those people. And as soon as there is an official date, and I get all the details for that from the government, I will, of course, pass it on to you guys. But right now, it's looking good. The number of active cases is down. Recoveries are up. Like I said, Cambodia is almost, 8 months to a year ahead of reaching their vaccination goal before any other country in the region. So all of that adds up to being a very positive thing. There are, some areas, some provinces that are having community outbreaks. Siem Reap continues to struggle a bit in that area, but it is kind of a hub for visitors. They also have checkpoints at all the entry points into Cambodia. Again, they say there is no quarantine required unless you test positive. Otherwise, you'll just be on your way. They're doing that to ensure that we can stop the spread. Because even though we continue to record almost 100 new cases daily, and that may seem like a lot, and actually it is, but the reason is because of the number of visitors coming in. So once they cross that border and they're in the country, they test positive, that's considered a new case. But they're taking steps trying to reduce that number. So basically, overall, it's a very good thing for Cambodia. And for you if you plan on coming to Cambodia. So yay, good news abounds. Really nice and breezy down here by the river. I like it. Still need more rain though, look at that. It's a little low for being rainy season. I think it should be a little higher. It's been kind of a weird rainy season though. It hasn't really rained in the amounts that it has in previous years. And really, here comes the windy part. And really, the temperature's been about the same. Hasn't been any real change in that either. I have a joke about this place. The Inthanen Cafe. I'm trying to cover up the mic here with my hand so it keeps getting in front of the camera. But my joke about the Inthanen Cafe is that their drinks are so sugary, you need Inthanen to take care of the diabetes afterwards. Hey-o! I know that's dumb. Shut up. I just thought it was funny. Yeah, I'm trying to cover up the mic here for you, but that's not really working with my hand. I'm just going to go like this. I'm just going to go naked. It is really nice out today though. I have been getting this is one of the things I'll talk about in my first video next week about changes you might experience here. I've been getting a lot of heat rashes on the inside of my elbows and back of my knees. You know, my bendy parts where sweat and moisture tend to congregate. So I've been using that cream on there. Stops it from itching. So I guess I'm beginning to understand, even though it might be a bit more uncomfortable, why people wear long sleeve shirts here. That's one thing that always amazes people. When they're walking around and they're sweating and they see people in, full length pants, sometimes sweaters, turtleneck sweaters, long sleeve, button up shirt, long sleeve. wondering how can you do that? Well, they're trying to stay away from the effects of the sun's exposure. And right now, by the way, Siem Reap has started today a 7-day warning for UV rays from the sun. The UV warning. Again, I don't know what that means. I guess it's going to be especially UVE, and try to avoid it if you can. Don't get burnt. That kind of thing. But yeah, I kind of understand that now. I'm going to break out a couple of my thinner long sleeve shirts to wear over my t-shirt, because my arms are getting a little burnt, and like I said, I'm having little heat rashes in my elbows, you know, on the inside of my arm there by my elbow, and it's uncomfortable. I do want to say too, me and the boy got a haircut a couple days ago, and it was probably one of the best haircuts I've had. I know I've said that before, but I mean, this guy didn't just cut it and then comb it and then say, give me $2 for $2. He really went all out. I mean, he was like he used gel, which I don't use gel in my hair. My philosophy on hair, because it's always so unruly, it never looks good. Right? It just flops around and the wind does anything it wants. So my philosophy on hair has always been, I wash it, I comb it once, I put a hat on it. That's it. Anything else is out of my control. But he really styled it good, a style I've never had before. He knew what he was doing, because I'm telling you, that was the best hair day I have ever had. I kept looking at it going, I cannot believe that I have a haircut like this. It looks good. It looks professional. It looks in a way that I was disappointed, because I knew the next day, and I was correct, that when I took a shower, washed all the gel out, and then tried to do it myself at home, it wasn't going to look the same, because I don't know what I'm doing. And that was the case. Still looked all right, though. I gotta admit, it looked pretty good for me doing it. But the barber I used knew what he was doing, and it was just one of those small little shops, no signs, no advertising. They were outside playing a game, a local game. I'm not sure what it's called. It's like a combination of chess and checkers, I'm assuming, because I saw chess pieces, but I also saw checker pieces. They were just outside chilling out. When I walked up, I wasn't even aware he was the barber. Then some guy says something. He was like, yeah. Brought us both in, called his buddy over to cut pena there. So for $2, he did an excellent job. See, look at that. Look at the haircut. No, look at the haircut. Woo! Yeah, buddy. That's a haircut. I guess I'm going to stop and rest here. All right, and I'm going to break this one off here. Remember to check out all my links down below. I appreciate all my supporters. I do love you guys. I appreciate it. And if you want to get in on my weekly exclusive videos every Sunday, and sometimes an extra one during the week, I'll throw it in there if the news is big enough. I have links down below to my PayPal, buymeacoffee.com/DDC, or my Patreon. And when you do any of those things, I send you a thank you email if it's your first time, copy of my book, Live in Cambodia, a guide for living in the Kingdom of Wonder, and you're put on the list to receive all my exclusive videos. It's a pretty good deal. And like I said, we're $120 short of our goal this month, and we can make it happen. So if you're thinking about donating, and if you want to, and if you can, now would be a good time to do it, and I would appreciate it. Also down below are links to other channels of vlogging in Cambodia, links to my social media, and links to all my books individually if you want to buy them that way. So be sure to check all those out. And yeah, we're gonna cop a squat, take a seat, hoop a stoop. That's not really a saying. I just tried to make it up. It didn't sound right, but we're gonna do that anyway. All right, I'll talk to you guys See if I can get, yeah, there we go, bats hanging out in the trees. All right, I'll talk to you guys in the next one.